A hearty welcome to you to our Saturday webinar where we're going to be sharing with you how to create wealth and a life-changing income for yourself. Now just picture yourself, and maybe this is not your scene, but you have a scene like this where you are experiencing a life of freedom and something has changed in your life where the cares and the concerns and the worries that you had about money and your future have just kind of dissipated. And you can cast your eyes on the horizon and just dream and enjoy with the ones that you love. Because it's not just about money. Money's part of the thing. It's one of the tools, but it's really much more. And I'd like you to just think about that much more as we present to you a way that, practically speaking, you can become a venture capitalist with as little as $100 or more, and then begin to experience that life of wealth and a life-changing income. And so there are some steps, but we'd like to take you through that today. I'd like you to just think about being a venture capitalist. Maybe you've never thought even about that. You probably think it's billionaires or multi-hundred billionaires. But did you know that Netflix and Shopify and Uber and Airbnb and many other companies all started out with venture capital? It wasn't large amounts actually, but they all needed someone to come along and contribute to them. And that's what a venture capital is. It doesn't have to necessarily be a billionaire. And in fact, in the opportunity that we're going to be sharing with you today, the venture capitalists are doing it in what's called a crowdfunding. In other words, there's a lot of us. We're a crowd. And so instead of a few wealthy people, we have thousands and thousands, even hundreds of thousands now of just ordinary people who are contributing and also making big profits. So I'd like you to think about, bearing in mind that freedom picture that we started with, what if you could participate in a venture capital raise for something very significant? It's actually the world's biggest financial technology project with as little as $100. And you can contribute more, but you can start with as little as $100. Imagine receiving equity and profits from the development of a new technology. It's artificial intelligence in the cryptocurrency trading area. That new technology that will change the entire financial trading industry. We call it a super AI, super artificial intelligence. And imagine if you could get equity in that and also profits. Imagine that as a vehicle to that life of freedom that you've been thinking about. Now, the best part about this venture capital raise is what I mentioned before. It's actually only available to the general public, little guys like you and me, not to the big end of the town. It's not the Silicon Valley people. It's not the billionaires. It's not the banks. It's not the insurance companies. It's thousands and thousands of people like ourselves in a dream, seeing the opportunity, seeing the new world, the digital economy, the blockchain, and seeing how cryptocurrency trading and cryptocurrency in general is transformative. Now, there have been big institutional investment firms that have been knocking at the door, offering their money. They did that last year. They did it actually earlier this year again into the company that we are crowdfunding. They're not able to participate. They were turned down, but you can participate. And so that's what we're here to share with you today. And we're excited that you could join us. You know, there's three types of people when it comes to money and wealth generation. I hope you're not the first two, but there's a good chance that you are actually. People who spend more than they make. Now, that might be bad habits. It might be out of desperation. It might just be the facts of life. It might be that you've never learned how to budget, hold to a plan, or things have just got out of control. Sometimes it's medical expenses. Sometimes it's just unfortunate things. And this is not to blame anybody, it's just to make us think. But uh, this is also really one of the things, and people end up making and spending more than they make. We call it, too much month for their money, right? You run out of money, you get your paycheck maybe once or twice a month, and it runs out by the 20th. Now, there's other people, and people are in credit card debt, other kinds of debt. A second category, people spend all they make. It's just hand to mouth, hand to mouth, hand to mouth. They live a lifestyle that just doesn't result in them ever setting aside money to make their future better than their present. I'll say that again. They never take the time and exercise the discipline to set aside money to let their future be better than their present. And I'm not just talking about, pensions and retirement money. It's about building wealth and building financial freedom. And this third category is what we'd like you to be in, and what I'm sure you wish you would be in. You're able to spend less than you make, and you put the surplus to work. That's you getting your money working for you rather than you working for your money. That, my friends, is the secret. And so we'd like to move you into that third category if you're open to it. And if you have the aspiration for freedom, actually, that third category, that is the only way you will ever achieve financial freedom and begin to build wealth. Spend less than you make, put the surplus to work. Now, there are two simple ways to create a passive cash flow, to create wealth, and to create financial independence. One is money, one is time. So, first category is you've got some capital. Might be cash, might be cryptocurrency, might be some other way to leverage cash and money, and you can put your capital to work to generate profits, and that's what it would take for you to begin to get your money working for you. And that's a passive way. Now, a second way is that maybe you have some capital, maybe you only have a little, maybe you even have none, but you can use sweat equity. That's the other type of capital. It's your time capital. And then with your sweat equity, you build capital so that you can then be able to put that capital to work. Now, the secret is right here. Because far too many people, even when they join a business opportunity and begin to earn some money, they eat it all. First thing they do is go out and buy dinner, buy a car, buy a something. And it's not the way you build wealth. You build wealth by taking what you make and put it into productive use to make more money. Financial independence is when you can live off your profits and you don't have to eat your capital. You're not just eating your paycheck. You got to a point where you don't spend everything you make. You're setting aside some surplus, but then you don't eat the surplus. And that's the next step toward building wealth, is realize that if you can get over doing that, make the sacrifices, be patient, you can achieve financial independence, because that's when you live off your profits and you don't have to eat that capital. Your capital is actually working for you, and you get profit on your profit, and then you get profit on your profit on your profit, and then you're free. Because that's what happens when you got that profit, you're making profit on your profit. Wealth is built, let's think about it another way. When you can pay for all of life's luxuries with your profits while your capital is still growing. So that means you're not taking out and eating your capital. Your capital is still growing, but your capital has grown to a point where you are able to then divert some of it into life's luxuries. And life's luxuries might mean, upgrading your car, upgrading your house, taking a holiday, uh, giving to the charities of your choice, giving to the poor, helping your extended family, your mother, your father, your children, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, the people down the street. It might mean travel when we're able again, of course. Um, Life's luxuries. It might just mean, eating out more often. It might mean whatever life's luxuries means to you. Um, but that's what happens when you can pay for that, not with your paycheck, not just with your first fruits, but within the profits of the profits. That's wealth. That's what wealth starts to look like. And freedom is when you can build up that capital and start to get a cash flow from your capital. Now, real freedom, you could do that anywhere. That's the digital economy. That's the laptop lifestyle. That's the world in which we live, where you can build a business, watch over a business anywhere in the world, any time of the day, any economic environment, and do that with as little as a phone, a laptop, and an internet connection. And that's freedom. Now, that freedom might be from your back porch, it might be from your living room, it might be from a lake home, it might be from an airplane, it might be from a hotel in Bali, it might be from a hotel in the Caribbean, it might be from a summer home. It could be just in your home office. You can choose that. It can be in your grandchildren's home or your children's home, or literally anywhere. The world is boundless when you built up wealth and can have cash flow that comes without you needing to do anything. So this is your opportunity to create wealth and income. And we're going to show you how you can benefit. So have a listen to this video, and then we'll come back and explain more of the details.
What if you could have the advantage of owning stock equity in the most disruptive financial technology companies before they go public, and at the same time earn ongoing profit-sharing rewards and income simply by becoming a part of a record-breaking crowdfunding platform? Profits, equity, and income. Welcome to D.AI.SY. D.AI.SY, which stands for Decentralized AI System, is a smart contract crowdfunding model that is truly breaking industry records. And with over 100,000 contributors and over 120 million in contributions in its first 30 days, D.AI.SY is positioned to be the fastest billion-dollar project of its kind. For as little as a 100 USDT contribution, D.AI.SY members have instant access to profits, equity, and income. And it is all done with 100% transparency on the blockchain. The first technology company that the D.AI.SY community is crowdfunding is Endotech, a brilliant financial technology team that has developed the AI backbone for many of the top financial institutions around the world, and is now developing the next generation of AI trading technology for today's financial markets, including digital currency. During D.AI.SY's Phase 1 crowdfunding window, every member who contributes $100 or more will receive stock equity in Endotech prior to the company going public. And it doesn't stop with equity. Every member also receives 70% of the profit rewards generated from the ongoing performance of Endotech's AI trading system. D.AI.SY's first crowdfunding phase has a limited placement of 500 million USDT into live trading for the purpose of testing and development, and has already exceeded 60 million in just the first 30 days of being live. And because D.AI.SY is a 100% peer-to-peer model, over 50 million USDT has been rewarded directly to the D.AI.SY members by the smart contract. D.AI.SY has been recognized as the most powerful community and crowdfunding model ever created, where every member can have profits, equity, and income, even if you never refer a single person. If you love the idea of benefiting from emerging financial technology companies, if you want to take advantage of the digital currency revolution, regardless of if the markets are up or down, and if you're open to diversifying your profits, equity, and income, we hope that you will accept our invitation to learn more and watch the next video. It could very well be the smartest 10-minute decision you have ever made.
So
What if
indeed,
you could?
welcome to D.AI.SY. And we're going to share with you now what the D.AI.SY opportunity offers to you. So as you heard in the video, it's equity in an IPO. There's a world-leading financial technology company, Fintech company, and it is bringing to the world a spectacular new artificial intelligence in the trading world. These are people with over 2 decades of experience. They've already been there, done that, but their ambition is to create a trading technology in the fintech world that will be super disruptive. They already achieved spectacular results, but they want their artificial intelligence that they have been using in their business life to serve major institutions around the world for several decades. They want to serve that and to help expand the profits and the offerings even further. It trades in cryptocurrencies, and so we'll be sharing with you just what those are. But what this does is give you a passive income from technology trading in multiple asset classes. And for the moment, they're trading in cryptocurrency. They have traded extensively in the past in Forex and in commodities, and they'll be expanding again. I'll come on to that again in just a minute. They'll be expanding using the same super AI. They'll be expanding into Forex beyond what we're currently doing in cryptocurrency. And that's the plan for this year. And next year, they'll be adding stocks, commodities, and other types of funds and using the super AI to expand into that. That's part of the roadmap. I'll share with you that in a minute. But for you, you get equity in that company. We'll share with you the name of the company and the details of it. You also get passive income as they use your same funds, your crowdfunding funds, to test and develop the trading technology. And you can get earnings from that testing and development from the trading fund at any time. Or if you've been listening to the presentation, you've understood what you want to do is not eat your profits. We understand people need to take money out occasionally, obviously, but you want to be able to compound. You want to be able to build. You want to take your profit and earn profit from your profit. That's the way to build wealth. That's the way to freedom. Now, we talked also about sweat equity. There is an additional optional opportunity to earn referral income that can also become a life-changing income as well. So that's really what we're talking about here. We're talking about equity. We're talking about passive income. We're talking about the ability to leverage that income. And we're talking about the ability to leverage that as well by sharing it with other people and creating a referral income, a residual income that can be life-changing. Now, the opportunity in terms of the business we're talking about here is artificial intelligence and fintech. Now, these are two massively growing worlds. These are convergences of two major commercial trends. I'm sure you've heard of artificial intelligence. It's used by all top financial institutions. It has been used for quite some time. What this involves is artificial intelligence, and we're going to talk about Endotech in just a second. We'll talk about the CEO, Dr. Anna Becker, one of the world leaders with a PhD in artificial intelligence, who made a breakthrough in the financial intelligence, artificial intelligence world when she was just 20 years old. She's that smart. She was given a lectureship at the university at which she was teaching because she solved a problem that had been unresolved for decades at the age of 19 and 20 and became a lecturer at her university. So we have star power right at the very heart of this opportunity. But she has on her heart, and the business has its business plan, to have a venture capital raise funding the development of a new super AI. And again, she's been at the forefront of this industry, the artificial intelligence industry, for financial trading for 2 decades. But this new super AI is designed to create trading profits that have been unseen before. And that makes this the largest financial technology development project in the world. Now, let's step back and think about our role. This is crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding, we talked about venture capital before, didn't we? Venture capital in this context of crowdfunding is venture capital raising for the masses. So there are, and there were, venture capital companies that wanted to fund this project. Dr. Anna Becker turned them down. She wanted to do that in a different way. She's had a heart for the retail market, for the average person. She's seen for decades how what she's been able to do has benefited institutions. She's seen the greed of the institutions, that they keep it for themselves, and she didn't want to play into that narrative any longer. So this project, her heart, her vision, and our project is about bringing wealth to the masses, not only to the institutions. The institutions will be able to get in on this as well, but not before it's given to the likes of you and me, as it's being done already. So crowdfunding, and at a wide range of crowdfunding, but not in your millions and millions and millions of dollars. You can contribute as little as $100 up to a maximum of $102,300. So you get to decide your level of contribution. I'll show you the details of that. There's 10 different options. There's also a VIP option, and you can contribute that $102,300. And this is an option my wife has taken as well, getting VIP private access to the trading technology. So that's another option for people that have more to put in and are interested in doing that. And we have a certain number of people who are doing that. But there are many choices between that and $100. We'll give you those options again. Now we're in the crowdfunding process, phase one. And so in phase one, we are building up the equity for Endotech. The first is to get $10 million for the development and testing of the super AI. And we're well underway to do that in conjunction with that. So that's their R&D component, but they need to not just theoretically research and work on the super AI. And they have about 60 people doing that already. Inside the company, but we're also raising 500 million for the trading fund. And that's where they use those funds for the development and testing of that new super AI and see how that works. So there are profits that are made. It goes up and down. It's being tested. It goes up and down. It's live, real trading. But the profits that are made in that trading fund are paid out to us, the crowdfunders, as contributors. So a portion of every contribution, I'll show you the details of that in a second, are paid back to us. And we have the option of taking that out. You can eat your capital if you need to, or allow that to compound, and compounding is recommended. In fact, you'll see compounding is recommended for at least a year. It's not mandatory, of course, but that's one of the options. Actually, no, there aren't any. Mark is asking about, is it only U.S. stocks right now? No, it's not. It's not U.S. stocks at all. They are currently trading cryptocurrencies. They're in fact focused primarily on Bitcoin and Ethereum. They also do some other altcoins, and they're trading in and out of that from the USDT called a Tether. So that's how the trading is being done. Later, it will be other assets, but it likely would not be focused in the U.S. But there are future fundraisings that are planned for Forex, for stocks and commodities, and those would be global stocks and commodities that would be traded, and various types of trading funds. And they have massive experience. Dr. Anna Becker had a company before that focused on Forex and commodities earlier. So she's tapping into her early experience in that after having developed into this brave new world of cryptocurrency. So I've been talking about Endotech. We saw a little bit about them in the video, but let's do a deep dive into Endotech. So Endotech is an Israeli company. They're based in the Tel Aviv area. If you know anything about Tel Aviv, Israel, it has an enormous number of high-tech companies, and they are nestled right in the heartland of that. They have a team of 60 plus AI scientists, quants, analysts, developers, and researchers, all of whom are working on this artificial intelligence project. So they are a world leader in creating artificial intelligence financial technology for institutional investment firms. Dr. Anna Becker has been doing this for several decades. We'll come on to her in just a second. She had her earlier company that she sold. We'll come back onto that and establish Endotech. And Endotech has already a 3.5-year track record of deploying artificial intelligence for institutional investment firms in cryptocurrency. So that's the core expertise that they've been working on for 3.5 years. But as they launched the D.AI.SY project, they launched a white paper detailing how the project was going to be run. They published it to get input from Dr. Anna Becker's peers, the world's top AI and trading minds. And so that's already been going on. And they plan, here's the big picture. Endotech plans to become a public company in 2022. And that will bring the results of what they've been doing since the beginning of this year and later in 2022, bringing their super AI to the financial world. So Dr. Anna Becker, I've talked about her before, but she holds a PhD from Israel's elite Technion University. If you don't know what Technion University is, it's sort of Israel's equivalent of Oxford or Cambridge or MIT, if you like. And she's been developing financial technology for 20 plus years. She was a student at the Technion University working on her PhD. She solved a algorithmic problem that had been unresolved for several decades. She did that at the age of 19 and 20 and was made a lecturer at Technion University at the age of 20. That gives you an idea of her prowess, but she's been, is, and has been an author, a speaker, a consultant, and a world leader in AI financial technology. She's the reason that we're involved, and so many of us are involved, a real luminary in the world of artificial intelligence. She previously created and sold a fintech company in the Forex sector. I mentioned that before. She sold that in 2011. She had a non-compete, so she did some consulting for a couple of years. And that previous company's technology still is being deployed by leading global banks and investment funds globally. But she then set up the company we're talking about here, Endotech, in 2012 and began in 2017. Here's the roadmap. She established Endotech in 2012, worked out her non-compete. And in 2017, she began working on artificial intelligence in cryptocurrency trading, and then began commercial use of AI cryptocurrency trading with institutions. Now, they had a 3-year track record, quite successful, averaging about 200% a year compounded. So you think more or less an average of about 10% a month. But they realized that they wanted to take this public and really build out Endotech in a public way. And they wanted to get a crowdfunding of the funds needed to develop that. So that's the launch of the D.AI.SY crowdfund. That's our project now. Had a beta launch in January, a formal launch on March 29th. So basically from April the 1st, we've been in full launch mode, and we're working already to trade in cryptocurrency. The roadmap includes completing the D.AI.SY AI project and having an IPO in 2022. At that time, you as a equity holder in Endotech would have the opportunity to sell your shares for the upside or hold on to them and receive dividends. The choice would be yours. But in the meantime, on top of the AI cryptocurrency, we'll be adding Forex trading and a $1 billion fund. During the latter part of this year, this has actually been accelerated a little bit. They're working on adding Forex relatively soon. And in the 2022, 2023, additional asset classes. So stocks and commodities and others. So that's the roadmap. So what I'd like you to imagine, remember we were talking about, having your money working for you, having a successful trading fund where they're trading cryptocurrency for you, where they're trading Forex for you. And then you diversify into stocks and commodities and other types of funds, and they're using that super AI to trade that for you. And so you diversify your trading, you diversify your risk, you multiply your opportunities, and you continue to compound and compound and compound. Imagine the wealth that can be building for you. Now, this is being deployed in the D.AI.SY project through a smart contract. So this is not a company. We are a smart contract that is gathering crowdfunding through the smart contract. And smart contracts are a new technology that ensures that all the promised outcomes are delivered. It literally is a smart on the blockchain contract. And so you program in the contracts, not to dumb down smart contracts too much, but they are a highly technical, highly efficient, and really encouraging benefit. If any, some of you may have been involved in other cryptocurrency deals, and what sometimes happens is that you have management failures or owner failures, or people that change their mind, or they promise something and they don't deliver. Even scams, of course. With a smart contract, that's not possible because it's written into the smart contract. And once it's written into the smart contract, it can't be changed. So smart contracts, then the D.AI.SY project operates in a decentralized environment on the blockchain, free from human intervention. And that's really exciting because, you know, when you put in your funds, immediately the smart contract allocates them. And I'll give you a little diagram of how that actually works in real time when you join D.AI.SY. But it really gives you full transparency. Not only that, but the transactions that you make, you can look it up on the blockchain. The money you see, you can see exactly where it goes, what account it goes to, and from that account where the money goes to, and from those accounts where the money goes to. You can trace everything. So it really gives you peace of mind. It's the new world of the blockchain, the new world of smart contracts. And then you can also see, if you get involved in the referral side of the business, you can see instant payouts of referral earnings to your personal wallet that you control. And so it really is automated and fully transparent. That's the other side of it that is really reassuring. Now, that smart contract had to be deployed on a blockchain. Again, not to get too technical, but there are different blockchains. There's the Bitcoin blockchain, the Binance blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, the Tron blockchain, Solana blockchain. There's a few other ones. The two that are used the most for smart contracts are the Ethereum blockchain and the Tron blockchain. Why did we choose the Tron blockchain? Well, the Tron blockchain is among the fastest and actually the most scalable of those blockchains. It's the single top emerging decentralized app platform. So our founders did their homework very, very carefully. The Tron blockchain is also about 8 times faster and 8 times cheaper than the Ethereum and Bitcoin blockchains. So USDT Tether on that Tron blockchain. So USDT is an equivalent of US dollars. It's US dollar tethered. Tether is the name of the cryptocurrency, and it's a what's called a stable coin. A stable coin just means it has an underlying asset to which it's pegged. So this is pegged to the US dollar, but you see this TRC20, that means this is the USDT Tether on the Tron blockchain. So there's an ERC20, that's the Ethereum blockchain. We don't use that one, we use the USDT on the Tron blockchain. And that one, although you may not have heard about it as much, it's not as much in common use as the Ethereum-based one, but it actually dominates all USDT liquidity on the market. So in terms of smart contracts and arrangements like this, USDT on the Tron blockchain is used as a choice for funding contributions. That's why D.AI.SY chose it. And as I mentioned before, the Tron blockchain has an advantage with a crowdfunding where some of the people are making, 100, 200, 400 smaller contributions. It has very low transaction fees. That means your fees are low and the deductions from your profit are small when you're transferring funds in and out. So this really facilitates the large community that we have, our crowdfunding community. Now, let's get down to the actual contributions. The funds that we have here, there are 10 different options. They start at $100, and I mentioned it goes up to 102,300. So these are cumulative. You can't jump from, start in number 5 or number 10. You do 1, and then you do 1 and 2, and then you do 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And so there's a total contribution. So you can see, you can start at 100. If you want to upgrade to tier 2, you can do that at any time. You can do it immediately. So your contribution will be 100, or 100 plus 200 is 300. Tier 3 is, and each one of these doubles, right? So 100 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 32, 64, 12, 8. You can see it all the way down. The highest tier is $51,200. And there are people doing all variety of these, kind of a sweet spot. Obviously, there are a lot of people in the 4 through 7, but some people looking at the higher end. And there's a reason you can see these last 3 in red. The reason these are differentiated is the amount of funds that goes into the trading fund for these last 3 is 70% of the contribution. So 70% of 25,000 goes into the trading fund, and 30% goes into the equity fund. But let me explain to you what each of these is. So let's use the simplest example, $100. Everybody joins at the $100 level, and then people have the option to add an additional 9 tiers. But you make your $100 contribution, half of your money goes into the trading fund. That's where it's used for development and testing, also where profits are paid out. Half of the money goes to your equity contribution, and also that funds the referral pay plan. And in exchange for your $100 contribution, you're giving 1 share in the Endotech equity. Now that's a 5% pool that Endotech has set aside for the D.AI.SY crowdfunding project. There's a separate 5% pool that I'll explain to you a little bit later, but you get 1 share in that 5% equity pool. Now, if you contribute $300, tier 1 and tier 2, the same thing would happen. Half of your money would go to the trading fund, $150. Half of your money would go to your equity fund, and also funds the referral pay plan, and you would have 3 shares. So notice $300 gives you 3 shares, $700 gives you 7 shares. Well, the top contribution, let's look at that one, 102,300. So 102,000 gives you 1,023 shares. So that's a huge equity share in Endotech. Very nice, but people are all the way in between. Out of that 102,300, 70% goes into your trading fund. So you've got basically $69,000 or $70,000 trading on a regular basis, 33,000 in equity, that also a portion of which goes into the referral pay plan. So that's the same. The first 7 layers, half into the trading fund, half into the equity and pay plan, and these last 3, 70% into the trading fund. So this is why many people do look at 8, 9, and 10, because more money goes into the trading fund, and obviously that's attractive to have more money, a higher percentage in your trading. But the choice is yours. You can also test the waters and upgrade as people go along. There are people that do that. Other people just jump all the way in at one of these levels. So the choice is yours. Now, you can be passive or you can be active. Now, the benefits for a passive contributor are that, as you've just seen, 50 to 70% of your contribution goes into the trading fund, and that begins to churn out passive trading rewards. Endotech historically has developed an annual average profit of 200%. Now that's with compounding. If you think about it, 10% per month, 10%, and then you compound 10% per month, it's 11%, and then it's 10% of 11%, and then it's 10% of 12%. So you when you start to do that compounding, you'll reach a figure of about 200%. Just figure 10% per month, and it starts to accumulate. But that's the historical average. That's not the goal of this project. Dr. Anna Becker has stated the goal of this D.AI.SY AI project, this super AI development project, is to increase current trading results by up to, wow, 4 times more. So if your eyes bugged out as mine did with historical evidence that they've been doing 200% annually, imagine trading results up to 4 times that. Now, we don't know if they'll be able to get to that, but whether it's 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, whatever it is, that's obviously an enormously attractive figure, and we get to go along for the ride. Of course, also for the passive contributor, you will be getting your exclusive equity shares in the IPO of Endotech planned for 2022. And again, passively, you could hold those shares and continue to get dividends from that point on, or you could sell those shares and take your profits and maybe put those profits into something else. That's how you build wealth. But there's the active way. That's your sweat equity proposition. And whether you have a lot, a little, or no funds, you can participate in the referral pay plan. Once you're a D.AI.SY Tier 1 member, you can earn referral bonuses for the people's contributions, the people you personally refer. There's a very nice referral bonus for that. They are also put into a referral pay plan. There are network bonuses paid up to 10 generations of referral. If you refer people and they earn money, you get matching bonuses. So that's another attractive part of this. You find good people and then you earn rewards. You help and support them. When they earn rewards, you get a matching bonus on that. You can also earn trading rewards. And this is powerful. We're just starting to see this now more and more as the trading rewards accumulate. But this is back-end money. So what I just told you about here is the front-end money, the money that's made along the way as well. But this is back-end money. As people are trading and earning rewards from the trading and they make a withdrawal, every time they make a withdrawal, you also earn on those withdrawals. And so there's strong long-term residual money from earning on the trading rewards. And that's available in the referral pay plan. There's also 2 leadership positions. Again, leadership positions, gold pay setter and leader pay setter leader, the 2 leadership positions in the company. And you earn a share of the whole entire world. So these focus on the organization that you would build, but these are global crowdfunding contributions, the money coming in, and global trading rewards, the money on the back end coming out. So this is an amazing target for people that want to really develop a massive income from their sweat equity. So the benefits for those people, you can create a further supplementary income or even a life-changing income from those referral commissions. You receive a share of all the crowdfunding contributions coming in. That's the upfront money and all the trading rewards generated globally, either from your team or possibly on a global basis in the leadership positions. There's a second 5% equity pool of Endotech that is available for the pay setters. And so you can receive additional equity shares in the IPO when you qualify for those incentive programs. That's called the gold pay setter and leader pay setter. More equity, a share out of that in a second 5% equity. And of course, you can use your referral income to fund additional crowdfunding contributions if you didn't come in at tier 10 already, or you can put that into a VIP account, or you can leverage that. So again, wealth building now on steroids with the referral program. The option is yours, active or passive. We have some great resources to support people that want to build the business, as well as people that are passive. We have a Facebook group where all the updates are put, videos are put there. We also have a Telegram group, so you can reference either of those. For people that want to build a business, we're one of the few teams that actually has a free web recruiting system on the front end, and also a back office that allows you to manage your business, the recruiting side of your business. It's available also in multiple languages. It uses Google Translate, so languages around the world. We have the entire system translated using Google Translate, but it's a step-by-step business building system. You simply plug your prospects into that, and it does the work for you. We have 4 different lead capture pages, all the follow-up emails, has presentations. So everything is turnkey from that standpoint. So really excellent way to plug in. Now, how do you join D.AI.SY? You download one of these 2 apps. There's an app called Clever or Tron Link. You can download either one of those. You prepare the USDT equivalent of the minimum of $100 USDT. That's this tether symbol you see here. And remember, it's on the Tron blockchain. So there are, like any bank or cryptocurrency exchange, there are some small transaction fees. So you need a small amount of fees, $5, $10, $15 on most transactions. You need a little amount of Tron, so you get your USDT plus your fees in Tron. You have that all set up. You get your referral link from your referrer. You put that inside the browser. It's not external. It's actually inside of your wallet. So you connect your wallet to the project with your payment of $100 and your referral link. That secures your tier 1 position in the D.AI.SY project and secures your spot in the matrix, and you start to earn from there. So that's very simple. Then you can upgrade from there as you choose. And just I promise I'd show you how all this works. So once you're in, let's look at before you're in and then after you're in. So if you're in, you can choose the Clever app or the Tron Link wallet. Those are available on Google Play, on your iPhone. You can also get the Tron Link on a Chrome browser, but you fund that wallet. You can send funds, you can get funds in Clever, or if you got money, for example, on Binance, you can send money into your Tron Link wallet or your Clever wallet. Or if you've got money on another exchange somewhere, you've got Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin or other cryptocurrencies, you can send it into your Tron Link wallet or your Clever wallet. You will need some Tron. TRX is the symbol. And then you just exchange whatever you've put in there for USDT. So you need that USDT, that tethered coin, that T coin on the Tron blockchain. So TRC20. You can swap and get it inside the wallet, or if you don't have it from some of these other places. But basically, let's just follow the money there. You got your $100, your 100 USDT, and you buy your tiers: 100, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 10, whatever it is. And in the first 7 tiers, as we saw, half of the money goes into your D.AI.SY fund, your trading fund. That's goes immediately. The smart contract immediately sends that to Endotech, and they begin to trade with it. And the profits of that are paid back into your Tron Link wallet in USDT. The same thing with your equity side. Half of your funds for the first 7 tiers, 30% of your funds for the top 3 tiers go to the D.AI.SY crowdfunding. That funds your equity contribution. It also funds payments into the referral pay plan. If you're in the referral pay plan, and you are automatically in the referral pay plan, even as a passive contributor for the first 2 levels, any earnings you get from that are paid again in USDT. Boom. So you have your equity side and your pay plan also being paid in USDT. Your earnings from trading also paid in USDT. Those are there together directly into your Tron Link wallet. The smart contract handles all that, smooth, seamless, and you can compound or withdraw, whatever your preferences are. So that's how the money flows from before and while you're in the D.AI.SY project. Now let's just bring you up to date. Our first 6 months, we have more than 150,000 crowdfund contributors from more than 150 countries. Over $200 million raised so far in crowdfunding contributions. We want to get up to 500 million, as we mentioned. So we still have room to grow, and we have 2 projects that are launched, with more to come in Q2 and Q3 and Q4. So we finished Q2 now. We're in the middle of Q3. We have launched a D.AI.SY token. That was one project, but there are more projects to come. Hint, hint, I think I told you about one already. You can guess what that might be. And more to come in Q4. But there are already 5, 6, and 7 figure referral incomes earned. whether it's 3 figures, 4 figures, 5 or 6, can be life-changing for you, and residual income can be really, really powerful. So that's really an update on D.AI.SY and what it offers. And now let's step back. I'd like you just to imagine owning equity in Endotech, the next tech giant that is going to revolutionize the financial industry. You can also be earning passive rewards along the way, as many of us have been for the last 6 months, as this new super AI has been developed. And you can also be earning sweat equity, earned from referral income from sharing this opportunity with others, that turns into residual income, including on the back end. But imagine what that means for you. Imagine you're now able to set aside money to compound. You're setting aside money and earning profits on the money you set aside. You earn profits on that. Maybe you tap into that a little bit, but you're focused on building wealth. You're going to let that build and compound. The recommended, I do like to say this, the recommended is that you compound your funds in your trading account for at least 12 months. That's how the wealthy, if an institution comes in, they come in and they put $1 million into Endotech in the trading, and they compound it for 2 or 3 years. We should follow what the smart money does, is to do the same. So you want to compound. We understand that people have a short-term need, or they want to be sure that they can withdraw. Understand that, test it, but don't get in the habit of doing that all the time, or you're back to eating all your rewards. You have to change your mindset. You change your mindset, you can change your postcode, your zip code, your generational wealth. You can begin to change all of that. So get started today. Get back to the person who shared this opportunity with you. It's exciting to be able to share this with you and join us on the D.AI.SY journey. Now, as a result, we've been sharing different things about the D.AI.SY Crowdfunders. Do please bear in mind, applying and funding the D.AI.SY Crowdfunders is a contribution to the equity crowdfund of the D.AI.SY AI development. It's not a trading investment. You are crowdfunding. That means they are giving shares of the company and also profit sharing from trading results to each contributor as crowdfunding rewards. So shares would be rewarded. It would be a process that goes through at that time. The trading accounts are used for the purpose of testing and development. Giving you some figures, past performance does not guarantee future results. It's for informational purposes only. The historical performances also are the result of compounding profits, meaning you need to compound and compound and compound, and those rewards are contingent on profitable trading results. They're not a guarantee. It is fully transparent. So take a screenshot of that if you'd like, but ladies and gentlemen, this is what we'd like you to imagine: the equity, the passive results, perhaps additionally the sweat equity that you would do to develop a residual income that could pay you for years and years and years to come. So again, thank you for attending today. We're going to stay on, happy to answer any questions that you may have, but get started today. Get back to whoever invited you to this opportunity, and we'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. Thank you so much. If you're watching this later, do please give a thumbs up if you watch it on a video. Get back to whoever shared the video with you. Check out their link, the information link that they have. Most probably they have that referral site. You can get more information from them, and then get yourself registered and settled in D.AI.SY, and come back and attend these regular webinars as well. We support our team, and we support everybody passive and active. We'd love to have you as part of the D.AI.SY community. So again, that being said, thank you again, and take action. We encourage you to do so. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.